Okay, so today we're moving on from mole to gram and gram to notes. So the worksheet you're going to receive today will look like this. So the first page has the examples. So I'm going to explain the examples before you get started with the worksheet. Here it is. Okay, so as you can notice, we are adding another element. This is the element we're adding right here. Okay, we're adding that. Before we took the moles and we put it here, and these big are the coefficients, still using that. Okay, we're still using the same formula. We're still using that. Okay, all right, so we go back. This formula is going to apply for all of these questions. Given 2.5 moles of nitrogen, how many grams of NH3 will be produced? Okay, so we're talking about that one. Let's see, moles of this one, that one, that one. Eesh. Go back. Okay. That one, and that one. All right, so we want moles of this and moles of that. So I take the number from here, taking that, and we're putting it here. And then we're going to go moles. So we say moles. Once we see moles, we're thinking of the big numbers, the coefficients. Now, again, there's a 1 sitting here. Okay, so you say moles of nitrogen into moles of NH3. So there it is. If we stop there, we're in moles of NH3. We don't want to end in moles of NH3. We want grams. So then we go from moles of NH3, and we know 1 mole is 17.04. Now, where did this come from? This number came from the periodic table. Take N, take 1 N, 3 H's, add them together, 17.4. Then when you're done, because everything's crossed out, you're left in grams, and you go 2.5 times 2 times 17.04 equals, divide by 1 equals, and you get 85.2 grams of NH3. Again, you got to have the units. Okay, units. Man. Units and the item, whether it's a compound or an element. Okay, next thing, 4.5 moles of hydrogen into how many grams? Now for this equation, we're going from moles into grams. So moles, the hydrogen number 3 came from that 3. They want to go into moles of nitrogen. So 1 mole nitrogen, there it is. They stop there, they'd be in moles of nitrogen. They don't want to stop there. So you go from nitrogen, they put 1 mole here, 28.02. That came from the periodic table, nitrogen times 2. Then they're done, and they do 4.5 times 1 times 28.01 equals, divided by 3 equals, divided by 1 equals, and there's your answer. Moving on. Example 3. It's backwards from example 2 and example 1. Now they're starting in grams, and they want to end in moles. Here's the grams of NH4 or NH3. That number goes right here. There you go. This number, man, I have a hard time here, goes right there. Okay, and then they said grams. Okay, grams means periodic table. So periodic table goes here. They put it in 1 mole. It's always 1 mole. You go to periodic table, it's always 1 mole. Over here, they got a 2 and a 1. Looking at NH3 and N. They go back up to the top. There's the 2. There's the 1. They come here. 2 and 1. Okay, then you're done because you're in moles of NH2 and it says moles of N2. So you do 12.3 times 1 times 1 equals, divided by 17.04 equals, divided by 2 equals, and there's your answer. Okay, last one. Example 3 and example 4 are going grams to moles, and example 1 and example 2 are going from moles into grams. Example 4 is 56 grams of nitrogen. How many moles? Here's the grams. That number is from the periodic table. and it's in 1 mole. The nitrogen 1 here came from right here, and the 2 moles came from right there. Here, you're done. That's why you see them crossed out. And then you have 56 times 1 times 2 equals divided by 28.01 equals divided by 1 equals, and there's your answer. Okay, all the ones in this worksheet will be two-steppers. This number comes from the number given in the question. Those two should match. Okay? And then this number either comes from the periodic table, and this number, which has to be in every single one. This ratio number, that will always be there because you have to have the mole to mole ratio, which is the coefficients. Okay, so here's your worksheet. This question will apply to the first, this equation will apply to the first 3 questions. Make sure you pay attention. So if we have a, no, not want that, no want that, want this, no want that. This one says O2 and water. So we're talking about O2 and water. We want those two. So you're going to have a 1 somewhere and a 2. Okay, refer to the first page. It says grams into moles. So this is going to be like example 3. This is going to be like example, oh, awful, 3. Okay, try it, submit it in Google Classroom, try your best. If you have questions along the way, email me, let me know. Good luck, and have fun.